So just yesterday, I started dabbling in Adobe Photoshop's AI generative stuff that it has. I don't even really use Photoshop that much. I don't really use it at all. I make all my thumbnails in Premiere. I realize that's not ideal, but I know AI is like a super hot topic right now. It's trending. Everyone's like going crazy about it, but I've just been playing around with basically enhancing, extending, and adjusting just some of my photos. And it's been really, really fun. I've had a really fun time doing it. There's some really wacky stuff that I've made, but there's also some really cool stuff. So I'm not like set up for recording. I mean, the camera is squeezing between my two monitors. I just thought today I could just, show you guys kind of what I've been doing. I've made already quite a few different images, and I can show you, and like I've made one. I'll put them up on the screen. This isn't like a planned video at all. I was just working, and I decided to record this. So hopefully it's cool. Hopefully you guys like this. Yeah, so with a few of these images, like this one, this is just a picture of me when I was hiking in Utah, and this whole section down here, all of this is Salt Lake City, but I was able to change it to this valley with a river and some mountains in the distance. A few of these mountains are real because Salt Lake City is in like a bowl, but like this is all real here. This is real as well, and then all this is generated. I'll actually put up the before and after when I'm editing. This one, I extended my desk space and gave me some hairy arms, which I do not have. My arms are very not hairy, so I thought that was kind of funny. This one was in Acadia National Park. I was doing some photography or filming up there. I tried to make it look consistent. There was some white caps, but they were kind of cool. This one again is another hike in Adirondacks, and this is all real basically, but this whole drop off is not real. I thought that just looked kind of eerie. So this is another hike. I was hanging on a tree, this is quite a few years ago, and the trail is just right here, and I made it look like there's that. This is in Utah again. This is the Little Sahara, and this is real. This is me and my brother quite a few years ago, but the buildings obviously aren't real. And then this one I thought was kind of fun. This one was my profile photo, and my profile photo is only this big, but extended looks kind of cool. But then what I really first started doing was get into doing stuff with my motorcycle. This one I thought came out really good. It's a vertical shot that I took in a parking garage, and when I extended it, it added a little girl back there, which I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. This one is in a parking garage. It's extended. There's a different city in the background. I thought that one looks pretty sweet. This one's in the parking garage too. This one you can definitely tell is kind of janky, but I like the pillars going down. I thought that one was pretty cool. But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of some of the stuff I've been working on. There's a few other ones that I've done. Nothing super crazy, but I just thought, oh wait, here. This one I'm happy with. This one's really cool. So the original picture's only this, and I was able to just extend it with mountains because this is just a lake. It's not that big, but I thought that looked really cool. All right, anyway, so what I want to do is I was just gonna do a few more of these images. Basically, what this is doing is just kind of teaching me to learn how to use Photoshop because I've never used Photoshop. But the thing, what I do, why I've always done all my thumbnails and everything in Premiere is because I know Premiere, and I have a very tight schedule. I don't have time to really learn new programs. I know that if I learn new programs, it'd probably be quicker in some areas, but I've always been the type that I use what I have, and as long as it works, that's all that matters, as Lixian says. But yeah, so this has been a fun way for me, even though it's just I'm mainly using the AI generative stuff, it is a really fun way to just kind of learn the whole map out of Photoshop. So I thought I'd take a few pictures from my life, and let's see what AI does with it. This is just a overly saturated picture of a road. Okay, hold on, it's not letting me. I am still learning this whole thing. It is. I do not claim to be an expert at this at all, so do not watch me to learn how to do this. Definitely watch your own videos. I'm also not the type that watches tutorials. I think tutorials, I don't have time to do it. I'm very I want to get stuff done, and I want to do it my way, and I know tutorials would really help me, but I never take the time to watch them. So don't pay attention to what I'm doing and go, oh, that's what I should do, or how did he do that? I mean, sure, you can try to do the way I'm doing, but I'm sure there's a million things I'm doing wrong. Anyway, so I just extended this spot, and then just to generate what AI generates without any prompts, you just press generate. My computer's a little slow. I don't have a very good graphics card in it. I think that's what you need for this stuff. I'm not sure. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It actually kind of is what it kind of looks like in real life. Ooh. So yeah, it gives you 3, and you can generate more. This is without prompt, so it's just making stuff up. Was there a sign in the original picture? No, there's not. It added that sign. That's interesting. But yeah, it gives you a couple options, 3 at a time, and you can add prompts to it. It's really simple, really easy. So, and then you just kind of pick the best one. I like that one, so I delete the other ones. It says to delete them to like save space forever. If you take the lasso tool, I don't, is this like free cut? Yeah, lasso tool. You can add things or subtract things. So like, my camera's not on autofocus, hold on. Anyway, so yeah, it's really cool. So you can take an image like this. So like I have a lot of vertical shots that look really good, but you can't use them as like a screensaver or anything like that because they're vertical. So, but with this, you can add or subtract things. So let's, I'm just gonna draw a circle and then I'm gonna add a road sign post. Also make sure that your spelling is good. If you misspell things, it will try to make up whatever it is you're saying, and it doesn't always work. And what my speculation, obviously I haven't done my research on this. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, so what I found is any geometric objects or any like 3D objects or anything like that, this really sucks at. Like it doesn't make people, it can't make objects or anything like that because it's I believe it's pulling from Adobe's assets, I think. So it's not like just taking from anywhere. I think they have their preset stuff. At least that's what I think. But either way, when it comes to like making things like people or objects or stuff like that, it's not good. What I found that it's best at is doing like things in nature which don't have like, definitive lines or anything. Like it's decent at buildings. It's decent at buildings. Sometimes it looks a little janky, but mountains and stuff have always looked really good. Animals, not so much, but like mountains, fields, valleys, water, rocks, stuff like that, it does really good. It's more like the unnatural stuff. It just doesn't do a super good job. So let's see if we can add like a mountain in the distance. Again, I could be doing this totally wrong, but it just works for me and I've been having fun. I've been playing around with it. Eventually, maybe I'll get around to where I actually watch a tutorial and that probably would be helpful. So that doesn't look super great. That doesn't look too bad. I don't know why it's all gray. Oh, now see there? That looks nice. I like that. It's definitely a little weird, but I love green mountains. So yeah, so that one's pretty cool. Let's try a new one. The longer you spend on these, the more time you actually take to make the image look nice, and you can adjust the parameters and everything like that. It definitely looks better, but I'm just doing quick ones here. Just kind of show you what it's like. Okay, so this image is me and my girl. This is in Acadia again, but since she doesn't want to be on my YouTube, we're gonna cut her out. So this is where I found that it really, the Photoshop generative AI really has its strength, is cutting people out. So I just drew a rough line around her. I'm not going to write in any prompts. I'm just going to generate, and it should basically seamlessly take her out of it. And because that's where I've seen that most, like I said, this is where the strength of it is. There we go. Yeah, seamless. I mean, these look a little weird back here. That actually looks really good. That looks real. That doesn't look bad either. I like that. The open ocean actually looks really good. So yeah, so basically seamlessly just took her out of it. And here, let's remove my backpack and whatever that was. When it gets to people too, you can play with it. The one where me on the desk actually had some weird like elbow and hand things, but I was able to just, after generating the whole thing, go in and select just like my hand or something like that. And it was able to actually fix the jankiness pretty good. I was actually impressed. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, so there you go. I can remove the backpack really good. The one thing I have a problem with is the contextual taskbar, I believe it's called, always is right in the way, and you move it and it just goes back. I'm sure there's a way to fix that, but let's add something. Adding things like, let's do Flying Dragon. It is not good at doing these, anything like creature or a human. It is not good at doing anything like a creature or anything like that. And you'll see, yeah. Oh! 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 Yeah, so it's not too good at doing that. Here, let's add some mountains. I don't know if you have to draw in the shape of a mountain, but I do. Mountains are my favorite thing to add. I've been adding them to just like every picture because I love mountains. If I could live somewhere of my choice, it would be way up into the mountains, completely alone, completely isolated. Okay, so now that looks kind of cool. You can, it doesn't really, like those are a little too low to have snow, I feel like. That doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. So that looks, and it always throws a random bird in. I don't know why it throws random birds in. Let's just extend a picture of me. This is not a good picture of me at all. This is, I believe this was in Florida? I don't really know. It's raining out. I don't look happy. Oh, this might have been after I almost drowned to death. That's probably why I'm not that happy. Let's just go huge and extend it ginormously. Sometimes I found that if you generate too much at a time, it just loses track of what it's supposed to be doing. But if you do like little bits, little increments, it can like build, like if I went down my arm, it could probably build a human. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not even that. No, okay. All right, so that doesn't look too good. But if we, here, let me zoom out. I am still learning Photoshop and all of its little prompts. Okay, so let's just extend a little bit at a time, whatever it is that I'm looking at. Okay, my hands are looking a little fleshy, and that is a horrible stitch right there. Look at that. They didn't even try to hide that one. That just looks horrible. Okay, that looks good. Here, well, it doesn't look that good, but I want to see if I can make a person stand outside the window. All right, man with knife standing outside rainy window. All right, let's see if this works. Again, humans are, it's not always good at. Now, it did do counter prompt. Okay, I probably can't say knife. Adobe does have some very strict standards of what you can and cannot do. I haven't read them all, but I tried to do where I was like this, like this picture of like this anime guy. It was like super buff dude on a beach holding a shirtless, holding a giant sword. And I think they thought I was trying to get around something by saying a shirtless, muscular man holding a giant sword. I don't know if it thought I was trying to do something wrong. I wasn't. I was getting completely clean and innocent about it. I wanted a buff dude with a big sword and really just gripping it, you know what I mean? That's terrifying. That just looks weird. At least I look terrified. Let's, oh, my hand actually fixed. When did it fix my hand? I'm currently listening to Katana Zero soundtrack because that may be my new favorite game. I'm not sure. All right, this one I really want to see what happens. So this is an old thumbnail I made, and it is horrible. It's not even, oh man. It doesn't even look like I tried to make it look good. Oh, look at the, oh, all of this. It's horrible, but it may be amazing to see what happens if I extend it. So let's just go sideways first. And this is mainly what I've been using this for is adding objects, but right now I'm just really using it to extend whatever. I didn't even try to get the skin tones right. That just looks bad. I mean, okay, the source image it's dealing with is also horrible. All right, let's see if it gives Master Chief legs, or Master Chiefs. It's gonna be something crazy. I did something with 2B from Nier Automata, and that was not good. It thought she was like modern art or something. It did not recognize her as a human. I mean, she is an android. Oh my! Oh my! Oh yes! Zesty cheese. Oh, whoa, okay. All right. I like that one. I like that one a lot. So here's a picture of me in Maine, and I am taking pictures. Or video. Taking video. Because I didn't do pictures back then, because I was scared. That's a conversation for another time. Alright, so I feel like this is going to be a pretty easy one. So if I extend it, it's going to be pretty obvious. But sometimes it throws in random stuff. Like birds. It loves birds. And the birds just look like little poop smears. My goal in this one is to get some floating islands. If I can get a floating island, that is really hard to do. It's like, I don't know why. It's just they can't do a floating island. Alright, let's go with this one. And we'll get rid of that rock. Because that rock is really awkwardly placed. See, super simple, easy. Rock is gone. And the freaking thing is in the way again. All right, so now we have a nice wide angle shot. Let's just extend it vertically slightly to give us a little bit more working room. Now this should be easy again because we're just dealing with very simple palette or a very simple source image. I'm sure there is numerous things that you can do with these programs, and I am just barely touching the surface of it. But again, this is only my second day ever touching this shit, and I have never used Photoshop before this, so that looks pretty cool. These rocks are wet here. They're not here, so it looks like the tide went back. I'm okay with that. All right, so now I need something that I'm taking a picture of. So let's just say the story is I traveled to Maine, but somewhere along the way, I stubbed my toe and fell into an alternate dimension. And this alternate dimension has giant spiky mountains to the left of me. Let's write exactly that. Giant spiky mountains. All right, that's not what I was thinking, but that actually looks kind of cool. But again, my main goal here is floating islands. I love floating islands. They're like my favorite thing ever. That's why I really liked Avatar, despite how poopy this story was. This is rough. It's rough. I think it definitely needs some work. Maybe my prompts weren't the best. Okay, but let's hold off on that for now. But let's see if we can get a floating island. I would love a floating island. Please give me a floating island. I've tried a few times. It hasn't really worked. But I've never tried it, like, I've more just selected this guy and just said, give me a floating island. I haven't tried just drawing one out. That's not a floating island. Yeah, see, I don't understand. There's got to be another word, another term for it. What does AI want me to say? Land floating in sky. Maybe this will help. It could be the way that I'm drawing it. I don't know. This video is not, again, I'm just gonna just preface this. This video is not a tutorial on how to use this stuff. This is literally just, I turned on my camera so that you could see some fun stuff that I've been working on. And what the hell is that, man? All right, land floating sky. Let's do astle in the sky. That's a very common term. Le puta. What the f? Those are like land birds. It's not cool, man. And those look like the droid dropships from Star Wars Episode 1. All right. I'm sure there's ways you can like import your own images and say work with this image. I really wish we could do it. Is there a way here? I'm gonna just draw boom, 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 a giant turd in the sky. I don't know. Levitating island. Let's try to keep it simple, not in the sky or anything. I mean, it's kind of assumed if it's levitating. I'm not sure how much like description with this one, with the generative AI, it says to keep it within like only a few words, like I think like 4 to 8 words or something like that. With the Firefly, it says basically to like be very descriptive. Those look like giant butt cheeks. Oh, wait. We're getting something. Here we go. Levitating island. All right. Let's get a little bit more. That's something. Now, it doesn't look good, but we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. And the shape of it is probably due to my awful drawing, because it looks like a shoe, looks like an earth shoe. I would like to slip my feet in that. Okay, all right. Still sucks ass, but oh my gosh, what's happening? Are those the legs? Never mind, I don't know if I'm supposed to look at that. Those look like alien chips. Come on. Get out of here. All right, so I like this. So levitating island. So let's start over and let's draw a better image. All right, well, that fucking sucks. You can either have a giant ass cheek or a poop smear or more birds or hot air balloons or white poop smears. All right, so this one's kind of a bust. Let's see what else I can do. So this is a picture of my computer screen of an extremely accurate metahuman of myself that I made. I think it's pretty accurate. All right, let's see what I didn't even bother to take an actual screenshot of the thing. I was just like, nah, no, just take a picture with my phone of my monitor. That'll look great. Come on, give me like 30 people I'm beating up. Okay, stitching is horrible again. Let's add a giant rock monster. There we go. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. Absolutely. You know, it kind of matches the art style. I'm okay with that. Let's do one more. Here's a picture of a cock. See? So my vision, I think it's important whenever going into art, because I'm an artist now. I'm an artist, is to have a playing field. You need to have space to create your art. You need to have a canvas. And this is my canvas. So I need to expand it first. And my vision for this, because you have to have a vision. I don't know if I already said that, but you have to have a vision. And my vision in this is that this cock is fighting off all of the necessary evil in the world. I don't know what that means. I just said it for the first time in my life. Let's create a hole in the earth. because we're dealing with some big bucks here. This dude is like on his last leg. He is fighting to the death. Every demon and every sinful thing in the world has come together to try to destroy the one last rooster in the world. And what he has to do is survive. Because if he can survive, he alone can restore humanity. And my vision is going to be this huge gaping hole. I'm talking like down to the earth. And that's exactly what I was imagining. A slight dent in the pavement. You can tell where this man has already been fighting. I mean, he is just giving it his all. Okay, so I do need my canvas needs to get bigger. My canvas does need to get bigger because what he is fighting, not even he understands the magnitude, the weight that are on his little chicken shoulders. This isn't making any sense, and I don't really care. These are the feet. That's nothing else. Giant, evil monster. This is his first enemy. That's a drawing of a monster. That's an outline of a monster, you perverts. Oh, yes. The turd monster. Look at this one. Look at this one. This one literally has an egg in his mouth. He's fighting not only to save humanity, but to save the entire chicken race. Because that is the last baby alive right there. The last egg. He needs to protect that egg. He needs to hatch that egg. He needs to brood it? What's it called? When they sit on their eggs? So that thing. And then, but even if he fights him, what will he have to deal with? He'll have to deal with a flying beast. That's what that is. This chicken has got the world against him. But don't worry, we're not done with him. We're going to equip him. First, we need to understand who he's fighting. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at this thing. This thing even looks like a rogue rooster or something. Like, this is what he turns into if he doesn't get his egg back. So we got the flying beast up there. And then from the back over here, we have a smelly ogre. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this one. This is the smelly ogre. He's surrounded by the worst beasts in the world. And then here we go. Right here, the smallest giant with a cupcake. 4 enemies? It can't do that. Small giant man with cupcake. Oh, come on. Small man holding a cupcake. A child. Well, this little child. This is the lore. He not only has to save his own race with the egg, he has to save humanity. There's humanity. That's the last human. Everything weighs on his shoulders. So what are we going to equip him with? Well, he needs to be ready for the battle of his lifetime. Look at him, so confidently walking right towards the evil beasts of hell. Let's give him a strapped on. They might not do guns. I don't think Adobe does guns. Yeah, it doesn't do guns. All right, Proton Laser. Is laser with an O or an E? Laser. Yes, his giant laser is ready. That's his laser. That's definitely his laser. It's a floating laser. All right. His giant laser is ready. Then beneath him, he has his infantry, his helpers for this war. Well, it doesn't do that either. Let's do, this little rooster has one trick up his sleeve that nobody knows about. That not even I knew about until he opened his mouth. This rooster, you thought he could breathe fire? No. His power is he breathes campfires out. Look at his infantry. He's got everything. And then, he's got green lasers shooting out of his eyeballs. Well, there aren't much for green lasers. All right, well, without the lasers, though, we're definitely going to need something else. And after my long, grueling time here on Photoshop, I present to you the peak of AI and what it is capable of. This image here not only shows the heart of the artists themselves, but the dedication, the hard work, the sweat, and the tears that went into the 5 minutes of me typing in the most random shit on prompts. This is the future. You can either accept it, grasp it, and let it pull you along, or you can be left in the dust of such art as this. Thank you for watching.